Welcome to Decodiva, where timeless interiors, beautiful antiques, and vintage decorating inspiration come together to create homes filled with character and charm. Today, we are stepping into the richly detailed world of Victorian-inspired vintage decor and exploring elegant ways to bring ornate beauty, dramatic character, and regal sophistication into your own home. From carved wood furniture and patterned wallpaper to velvet textiles, gilded accents, and carefully layered decorative treasures, Victorian style offers endless inspiration for anyone who loves interiors with history and personality. The secret is not simply filling a room with old-fashioned objects, but combining luxurious details in a way that feels curated, inviting, and beautifully timeless. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Decodiva for more vintage home decor inspiration, give this video a like if you love elegant interiors, and share your favorite Victorian decorating idea in the comments below. Now, let's discover how to create a regal home with vintage character and ornate Victorian-inspired style. Victorian-inspired decor is known for its love of detail, ornament, rich materials, and expressive decoration. Rather than following a minimalist approach, this style celebrates visual abundance through decorative moldings, carved furniture, elaborate patterns, and collections that tell a story. A successful Victorian-inspired room often combines grandeur with comfort. The goal is to create spaces that appear thoughtfully layered, where furniture, textiles, artwork, and accessories work together to build a sense of history and refinement. You do not need to recreate a museum-perfect Victorian interior to capture this aesthetic. By borrowing key elements and adapting them to your own space, you can create a home that feels elegant and ornate while still remaining comfortable for modern living. Color plays an important role in creating a Victorian-inspired atmosphere. Deep burgundy, forest green, navy blue, plum, chocolate brown, and warm jewel tones can instantly give a room a more dramatic and luxurious personality. These deeper shades work beautifully on walls, upholstery, curtains, and accent pieces. If a fully saturated room feels too bold, consider using a lighter neutral foundation and introducing rich Victorian colors through textiles, artwork, and decorative accessories. Warm creams, antique ivory, muted gold, and soft taupe can also provide a beautiful backdrop for darker furniture and ornate details. The key is to create depth and contrast, allowing every decorative layer to contribute to a rich and inviting overall impression. Furniture is one of the most powerful ways to establish a Victorian-inspired vintage look. Look for pieces with carved details, curved silhouettes, decorative legs, tufted upholstery, and dark or richly finished wood. A vintage sideboard, ornate armchair, marble-top table, carved cabinet, or decorative settee can become a beautiful focal point. Even one or two statement pieces can dramatically transform a room and introduce the sense of history that defines this decorating style. Mixing antique furniture with carefully selected newer pieces can also create a more livable interpretation of Victorian elegance. Choose modern additions with classic shapes so they complement the vintage elements rather than competing with them. Victorian-inspired interiors are wonderfully tactile, making fabric an essential part of the decorating process. Velvet, brocade, damask, lace, fringe, and richly patterned textiles can add softness, depth, and visual drama throughout the home. Consider layering curtains, upholstered furniture, decorative cushions, table coverings, and throws in complementary textures. A velvet chair beside patterned drapery and a fringed accent pillow can create the kind of visual richness associated with historic Victorian interiors. The secret is to create variety without overwhelming the space. Repeat a few colors throughout different fabrics and allow some areas to remain visually quieter, giving the more elaborate textiles room to stand out. Pattern is another signature element of Victorian-inspired decor. Floral motifs, damask designs, botanical prints, stripes, and intricate repeating patterns can introduce instant period character to a room. Wallpaper is an especially effective choice for creating a dramatic transformation. You might cover an entire room, highlight a dining area, decorate an entryway, or create a beautiful feature wall behind a bed or antique cabinet. If wallpaper feels like too much of a commitment, bring pattern into the room through curtains, rugs, upholstery, and decorative textiles. Repeating similar colors across different patterns can help create a layered look that feels intentional rather than chaotic. Artwork can add enormous personality to a Victorian-inspired home. Ornate gold frames, vintage landscapes, botanical illustrations, classical portraits, and antique-style prints all help create the impression of a home collected over generations. Instead of displaying only one large piece, consider creating a salon-style arrangement with different frame sizes and artwork styles. The varied composition adds richness to the walls and reinforces the layered decorative approach that Victorian interiors are known for. Do not be afraid to mix sentimental artwork with vintage finds. Old photographs, inherited pieces, thrifted frames, and reproduction prints can work together to create a wall display that feels personal, historic, and visually captivating. Victorian-inspired decorating is all about thoughtful abundance, and smaller accessories help bring the entire look to life. Decorative clocks, porcelain, brass candlesticks, old books, glassware, ceramic figurines, and ornate boxes can add wonderful character. Arrange these objects in small collections rather than scattering them randomly throughout the room. A stack of vintage books beside a decorative clock, a pair of candlesticks, and a framed photograph can create a charming vignette with a strong sense of history. Try combining objects of different heights, textures, and materials. The contrast between polished brass, aged wood, delicate porcelain, and old paper creates visual depth and makes even a small corner feel carefully styled. Ornate mirrors are a wonderful addition to a regal Victorian-inspired interior. Look for decorative frames with carved wood, gilded finishes, curved edges, or elaborate floral motifs to create a strong statement on a wall or above a mantel. Architectural details can further enhance the atmosphere. Decorative molding, ceiling medallions, picture rails, elaborate trim, and vintage-inspired wall panels can give even a newer home the appearance of greater history and craftsmanship. If major renovations are not possible, focus on smaller decorative changes. An ornate mirror, decorative brackets, carved wall panels, or antique-inspired hardware can introduce Victorian character without requiring an extensive redesign. One of the biggest challenges with Victorian-inspired decor is knowing when to stop adding more. This style celebrates abundance, but every room still benefits from balance, clear focal points, and areas where the eye can rest. Choose a few dominant features for each space, such as an ornate fireplace, dramatic wallpaper, a carved cabinet, or a luxurious upholstered chair. Then build supporting layers around those elements rather than allowing every single object to demand attention. A carefully edited Victorian-inspired interior can feel just as luxurious as a heavily decorated one. By selecting meaningful, beautiful, and character-filled pieces, you can achieve a regal atmosphere while keeping your home comfortable, functional, and uniquely your own. Victorian-inspired vintage decor invites us to embrace detail, history, texture, and personality. From rich colors and ornate furniture to layered textiles, decorative wallpaper, gilded artwork, and treasured accessories, every element can help create a home that feels elegant, expressive, and wonderfully timeless. The beauty of this style is that you can adapt it to almost any home. Whether you introduce a single antique mirror, build a collection of vintage treasures, or transform an entire room with dramatic patterns and luxurious fabrics, each thoughtful addition can bring you closer to that regal Victorian-inspired atmosphere. Thank you so much for spending time with Decodiva and exploring these elegant Victorian-inspired vintage decorating ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and tell us in the comments which Victorian detail you would love to bring into your own home. We would love to hear from you, and we will see you in the next vintage decor inspiration video.